For centuries, humanity has told countless stories of lost treasures. But among all the things ever taken from us, one loss stands above every other. Not gold, not jewels, not empires, but knowledge. Knowledge so vast, so powerful, that it could have changed the destiny of our world. This is the story of the lost library of Alexandria, the greatest center of wisdom ever built, and the most mysterious disaster of the ancient world. Imagine a place where the brightest minds from Greece, Egypt, Persia, India, Africa, and the far-off world beyond the Mediterranean came together. A place where ideas were not owned by nations, but shared freely. A sanctuary where mathematicians debated with astronomers, where poets sat with philosophers, and where scientists studied the stars, the oceans, medicine, and the human body. Welcome to Alexandria 2,300 years ago, a city built by Alexander the Great, lit by the glow of the magnificent Pharos lighthouse, and home to the largest library the world had ever seen. The Great Library was not just a building, it was a dream, a vision that all human knowledge could be collected in one place. But what exactly was hidden inside these legendary walls? How much did we lose when the library was destroyed? And who or what was responsible for its disappearance? Tonight, we travel across centuries of mystery, controversy, and forgotten history. We explore the astonishing scientific discoveries buried in the scrolls. We investigate the powerful rulers who protected or destroyed the library. And we uncover secrets that might still lie hidden beneath the sands of Egypt. This is the untold story of humanity's greatest lost treasure. The Library of Alexandria began during the reign of Ptolemy I, one of Alexander's generals. His dream was to turn Egypt into a center of learning that surpassed even Athens. To achieve this, he created the Mausoleum, the original museum, not a place of artifacts, but a home for scholars. These scholars were given payment, free housing, food, and the freedom to research anything they desired. They wrote, they debated, and they collected knowledge on a scale our world had never seen. The Ptolemies sent ships across the Mediterranean with strict orders. Every book, every scroll, every piece of writing found in any port must be taken to Alexandria. The original would be kept, the copy would be returned. Knowledge built an empire, not swords. Inside the library, hundreds of thousands of scrolls filled endless wooden shelves. There were treatises on mathematics, astronomical charts, atlases of far-off lands, surgical textbooks, detailed studies of the human brain, and maps of stars invisible to the naked eye. There were records of ancient Egyptian dynasties, texts from Babylon, stories from early India, and writings from philosophers whose words no longer exist anywhere on Earth. We know of the names Euclid, Archimedes, Eratosthenes, Hipparchus, but how many others vanished forever in smoke and flames? Eratosthenes measured the circumference of the Earth with astonishing accuracy more than 2,000 years before satellites. Archimedes designed machines so advanced they were considered miracles. Herophilus dissected the human body and discovered the nervous system centuries before Europe even allowed dissection again. These achievements were just the beginning. But one question haunts historians until today. How did the greatest library in history disappear? The destruction of the Library of Alexandria remains one of the most complicated mysteries of the ancient world. There was not one single disaster, but a series of tragedies spread over centuries. The first great blow is believed to have come during the time of Julius Caesar. In 48 BCE, during a war in Alexandria, Caesar ordered the burning of ships in the harbor. The flames spread uncontrollably, and many historians believe the fire reached the library, storage buildings near the docks. But was this the true end? Maybe not. Other accounts suggest the main library survived this fire, though perhaps damaged. In the following centuries, political instability, riots, and civil conflict continued to weaken Alexandria. Then came another tragedy during the early Christian era. As religious tensions grew, anything considered pagan became a target. Many ancient temples were destroyed, and somewhere during this period, the library, or its daughter library in the Serapeum, may have been attacked. But again, the records are unclear. The final theory blames the conquest of Alexandria by the early Islamic Caliphate in the 7th century. However, modern historians believe this story was written centuries later and may not be based on fact. This makes the mystery even deeper. We do not know how, when, or by whom the library truly died. Perhaps it wasn't one disaster. Perhaps it was a slow drowning century by century until nothing remained. But there's another possibility, a more astonishing one. Some historians believe the library was never completely destroyed, but scattered. Scrolls were taken by scholars, by priests, by travelers, and hidden in private collections. Some may still exist, buried beneath homes, locked in forgotten storerooms, or lying undiscovered under the streets of modern Alexandria.
Imagine if even one chest of scrolls survived. Imagine discovering detailed star charts, lost plays of Sophocles' ancient medical knowledge, or scientific theories far ahead of their time. Could the library's greatest secrets still be waiting?
As we move through this documentary, we'll examine each theory, the major fires, the political conflicts, the religious tensions, and how each might have contributed to the loss. We'll explore discoveries made by archaeologists beneath modern Alexandria, where underwater ruins hide the remains of ancient palaces and temples. Some believe parts of the library may have sunk below the sea during earthquakes. We'll explore the brilliance of the scholars who worked here, the astronomers who knew the planets moved in orbits, the doctors who understood the brain, the mathematicians who laid the foundations of modern science. And finally, we'll imagine what our world might look like today if the library had survived. Would the Renaissance have started 1,000 years earlier? Would we have discovered electricity in the Roman era? Would ancient astronomers have solved mysteries we still struggle with today? Would humanity be centuries ahead? The Lost Library of Alexandria is not just a story about the past. It is a reminder of how fragile knowledge can be, how easily greatness can be erased, and how powerful human curiosity truly is. Tonight we revive the memory of that ancient lighthouse, the lighthouse of learning that once guided the world through darkness. And maybe, just maybe, the story is not finished yet, because somewhere in the silence of history, a scroll may still survive, waiting to be found, waiting to be read, waiting to change the world again.